Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you are watching my Monday video. Thank you so much. So I wanted to share something with you. Of course, yes, I am all about energy. I am all about manifesting. I'm all about healing our old stories. And one thing that I have manifested in my life to a degree where I'm like, whoa, okay, that's enough, is this idea of travel. And travel to me is incredibly motivating. It helps creativity. I've written my books while I'm traveling. It helps me see the world. Oh, I mean, it does so much for me. But what sometimes travel can do is it can close us from being the open channel to the universe by the food we're eating, whether we're, stressed out, whether we have been able to create the same habits that we have when we are at home. And of course, the idea of manifesting is when we can consistently be that open channel. And sometimes when we travel, we close, and then we have to kind of start all over again. So I wanted to share with you 5 steps, my steps that I use. I'm going to have to use now even more so because I'm traveling so much this summer with going to Paris to do a book signing. I'm going to California, to Vancouver. I am traveling all over the world doing my retreats. And so some of my 5 steps I am going to really have to double down on, and I wanted to share them with you today. So my 5 steps to traveling, I kind of call it traveling with style, but also still being that open channel to the universe. And I kind of had to think back, like, oh my God, I do these without even thinking about them now. It's just allows me to stay super, super healthy, as well as connected to my stylish, energy of who I am. You don't have to be dressed in a long gown to be stylish, but you get to be your true selves even when you're traveling. So my 5 steps that I do every single time I'm actually leaving, you'll see this today or tomorrow, and I'm actually traveling tomorrow, Monday, to go to New Orleans, and I've already started my 5 steps. So they are: make food beforehand to take on your flight. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I do it all the time because usually when I travel, I get a very early flight. I need to keep my body consistently healthy. And so what I do is I actually take or I soak my oatmeal overnight in my almond milk, and I put pistachios on, and I have blueberries, and I take it in a little Tupperware, and I eat that on the airplane. I do not like any of the airplane food. So I want to make sure that my body is eating or I'm filling my body with the same things that I do if I'm at home. So number 1 is make your food before your flight and take it with you. Number 2, important to me, is have your outfit or whatever you're going to wear, out prepared the night before. And, you don't, like I said, you don't have to be in a gown, right? You can be comfortable and stylish when you're on the airplane. I was raised, my lovely mother would always instill in us that it was actually a privilege to fly on an airplane. So we did, as children, dress nicely, be stylish, but we were not comfortable back then, but we always looked really, really good, really put together. And I really think that is a respect to the ability to travel in the first place. I can say this, I have never in my life worn sweatpants on an airplane. I don't even own sweatpants. But what I do is I find my most comfortable but stylish clothes. I'm going to give you a little tip here is that I buy beautiful silk pajama pants. And I have been using those as my pants that I wear on an airplane. So if you see a woman with, pajama pants, but wearing high shoes, and I wear these, beautiful Johnny Was kimonos, that's me. And we can be comfy and stylish. I don't like to have, tight belts and things on an airplane, but I always have my outfits ready for me so I know exactly what I'm going to be wearing on the airplane. I don't know if that's important to you, but that's huge for me because I love to be comfortable, but I do like to show respect for this incredible abundance of travel that I do. Number 3 is I and I kind of think to myself like, "Oh my God, I do this without even thinking." That I stage my hotel with my favorite things. Sometimes it makes my suitcases a little bit heavy, but that's okay. I always bring like a small travel candle with me. I have this favorite, very soft blanket that I bring. I bring my crystals. I used to bring incense, but I think that's kind of frowned upon in hotels because they could set off the fire alarm. But I always make sure that my hotel room is super comfortable with with my favorite things and scent and luxury and comfort, the softness of a blanket or something like that is really important to me. So number 3 is to stage your hotel rooms as best as you can, right? Number 4 is make sure, and I do this, and again, I do this without even thinking. I have this hair. Make sure in your hotel room that there is a refrigerator, a small refrigerator that you can actually go and buy your groceries, the day before. So tomorrow I will be in New Orleans. And I have made sure I've scoped out whether there is a grocery store like a Trader Joe's or a Whole Foods, and I just buy my ingredients for my breakfast. So I soak my oatmeal in the container that I used on the airplane. I take with, and I soak my oatmeal in the hotel room. So I have a breakfast. For one, I'm not having to spend money on the hotel breakfast. I get to sit in my hotel room, have my soaked oatmeal. My body has the same food that I would have when I'm at home. So I make sure that wherever I am staying, that there is some sort of grocery store, next door or close by that I could either Uber, or if I'm renting a car, that I can actually drive to. That is like huge for me. And then the 5th step to traveling in style and making sure that you continue to stay open, an open channel to the universe, is exercise. Even if I exercise for 10 minutes, doesn't matter. I'm doing something, I'm staying in my, my routine I would normally stay in when I'm at home. And I'm not sure about you, but Peloton has this incredible app that you can, have like a personal trainer in your ear, and you can work out for 10 minutes, do a 5-minute ab workout, go for a walk. But every time I travel, I don't care where I am, I always exercise at least for 10 minutes. Sometimes, your hotel will have a gym. Sometimes you're going to have to do it, on your own, but keeping your same routine as you would at home is so, so important, because we want to keep that same energy that is inside of us when we are at home with all of our, with all of our belongings, with our normal routine. But then you're kind of restricted when you do finally, go on a trip and you're all out of your routine. But you can take all your normal home routine with you when you are traveling. So recapping, make sure beforehand you take your food, you prep your food before so that you can take it on your flight. You have your outfit ready, whether you can be comfortable and stylish, however that looks for you. You stage your hotel with your favorite things, whatever that means to you. Making sure that there is a fridge in your room and a grocery store that you can actually buy food that you can put in your little refrigerator. And the fifth and final step, of course, is that exercise, even if it's 10 minutes. Just a funny story with that exercise is I recently went with my son to go to England. The hotel that the Aston Martin company booked for us was not my type of hotel, but I was very grateful that it was paid for. But it had no exercise room, and the room was so small that the only space was like between the bathroom and then the little tiny hallway wall. It was so tiny, but I put a towel down, I got my Peloton app, and I did exercise for 10-15 minutes. I mean, it's not not running a marathon, but at least it keeps that energy flowing. You keep in your same similar routine as you would when you're at home. So try these steps. They really, really help. And the whole idea of it is that you just continuously stay open, an open channel to the universe, even when you're traveling. So I hope that helps you. And I would love to know, in the comments, what is something that your routine is when you go travel? Is it exercising? Do you even have a new schedule? Do you find traveling is difficult? Let me know. I would love to know. And thank you for watching.